We're looking at the Defensor, right? And I want to say we looked at a variant of this one some time ago, but under 3 inches, 2.56 inches to be exact, an LF design, 440C, in parentheses, 9CR 18 MOV, or MO. That's a steel on the blade, of course, and a black stone wash finish. So this one should be interesting. I want to say we looked at the premium version of the Defensor. I want to say that one had like the matte DLC all throughout. I want to say this one's probably more of a budget version. Under here we have everything we've seen on the other ones except no paracord. So we got everything else. And of course the sheath here, which is a little bit of a longer sheath, because this is an interesting blade, right? Absolutely an interesting blade, sort of like, I want to say self-defense, right? Borderline self-defense style, almost throwing knife looking, right? Fixed blade here. For starters, there is no handle scales, right? The whole thing is full tank construction, no additional scales for handle. Just gonna remove the little tip here. Almost has like a spear point design if you cover this much, but it's kind of like a harpoon drop point of sorts. It does combine a plain edge towards the front. Then we have a little bit of a serrated portion here towards the back. So you kind of get the best of both worlds. I know a lot of people do prefer just a good plain edge, but this one kind of being more maybe like self-defense or what have you, being able to leverage both depending on the circumstances. There are benefits for a serrated blade, like if you're cutting a thick rope, right, thicker material, you want to sort of saw through it, right? That back and forth saw motion with a serrated blade is going to definitely perform a lot better than just a good old plain edge. But obviously the plain edge is better for slicing and cutting more lighter materials and things like that. But check out the jimping all throughout the handle here, right, for grip. Of course, we got the big old ring in the back. So I want to say we tested last time, and we can, I want to say forward choke a tad bit like this. That is definitely one grip there. We can, let's see, finger in the ring, right, there we go. All right, we got that Friday night gas station fighting grip, or here's the Pakal grip. At any point, do you put it on your thumb? I guess you could if you were doing, you know, a little stabby-do action. Again, this is not a self-defense channel in any way, shape, or form. The main purpose of this channel is to educate people about knives as tools, not weapons. So this one, again, serves a whole different audience that I'm definitely not the expert for. But, you know, it's interesting to see, of course, just as a knife, kind of what it has to offer and things like that. And, you know, if we're looking for something different to spice up your collection and you do like fixed blades, I think that one absolutely has the sauce, right? I don't think I've seen much like it out there, especially with, you know, the ring. That is not a karambit. Most ring knives that I check out here in the channel are karambit knives, but this one is just a very, you know, overall interesting design. And again, we did check out the premium counterpart. I think it dropped maybe in October, maybe in November, and now they're making a more budget version so that you guys, if you're interested, you like the design, right, you can pick it up at a more affordable price. Again, all these are linked down below if you guys want to check out prices, availability, and variants. So let's check out the sheath experience, right? We have the same clip we've been seeing, right? Pretty standard so far, button loaded clip here. And this one does not turn. It's kind of fixed in place by these two screws, right? That kind of mount on like that. So even though you have these holes on the side, maybe you could use an aftermarket clip if you wanted to, but you only have the holes on one side and not the other side. It is a pretty narrow and long sheath. So what's actually going to hold the knife in place is going to be this little divot right there. And so the blade goes in all the way down. And then check out how the ring sort of aligns with the sheath. Nice little cutout here to give you full access to the ring. So if you wanted to pull the knife out in a pinch, you can. And again, once it's in there, no rattle of any kind. So very well designed sheath with a drain hole here in the front. And then again, bam, right? There's no adjusting the tension on this one. It doesn't have any adjustment screws like I showed you on that last one. But it gets the job done. Absolutely gets the job done. The knife does not fall off or anything like that from the sheath. And it's just a pretty solid execution. And the fact that it hides, almost hides the entire knife. Like what, almost 80% of the knife is hidden on the sheath. It's a very interesting call, the way it works. And yeah, I mean, got this on you, bam, right? Take it out like a mall ninja behind a Walmart to fight some to fight some raccoons from eating from the trash cans. I don't know in what self-defense scenario you would use something like this, but yeah, definitely an interesting piece without a doubt. You guys let me know your thoughts on it. If you own this kind of knife, let me know what would you use this knife for. Definitely would love to hear your thoughts on it, right? Your opinions, your perspectives. Hope you guys really enjoyed this one. If you made it to the end, you're the real MVP. Hope you guys have a wonderful rest of your day. Take care, and I'll see you on the next one, either this one or this one. Peace.